I have a friend who's also in a similar situation as I am. She's a projector with only two centers and is married to a manifesting generator, similar to Roy. And his chart is very similar to Roy. And she's asked me before how I managed to spend so much time with Roy and not be exhausted. Her husband works away from home, and I never really thought about it before. But since beginning this experiment and learning about human design, I've learned to recognize my own energy a little bit better. What is mine and what is Roy's or what is anybody else's? And there are some days when it's difficult. It really is. Roy has an insane amount of energy. He's fine with 3 or 4 hours worth of sleep. I have to get 10 to 12 hours of sleep just to kind of catch up to where he is. And just knowing that energy difference really just is fascinating to me. How can he function on 3 to 4 hours of sleep? If I get 3 to 4 hours of sleep, especially after working as much as he does, I'm a total bitch. I am just not a nice person to be around. I can't function. I can't think. I can't. My brain just feels like jumbled and like a mess. I'm just exhausted, physically exhausted. A good example of this is this past week. We worked on Monday and Tuesday installing a sign, which is funny because I really didn't do very much. Nowhere near as much as I would have in the past, even 5, 6 years ago. And part of that I could say is because menopause has kicked in. But mostly I think it's because my body is finally just saying, you know what? You can't function like this. You can't work like this. You're not designed to work as much or as heavily or physically. I just don't have that consistent energy that keeps me moving like a generator or a manifesting generator does. Because Roy can get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and work all day. I mean, physically work. And he actually feels better when he does physical work throughout the day, like all day long. He will stop maybe and get something to eat because I make him get something to eat. But he actually feels better when he works hard all day long. I could work for an hour, 2 hours, maybe three, and then I'm exhausted. I have to take a break. I have to sit down and I have to put my feet on the ground, sit under a tree to be able to recharge my battery to some degree. And even then, it's really nowhere near as much as he is. I can take his energy, use some of his energy, amplify it, and work as hard as he can, but only for a little bit. I can't sustain that movement for very long. It's fascinating to see him having this entirely different energy than I do. It's curious. And now that I realize that the difference is because our bodies are designed differently, moving forward is just, it's an interesting experiment that I'm working through. I find it just phenomenal.